Ever thought you had a genius solution to a problem only to realize it backfired? That's because simple solutions don't exist for complex problems. We love quick solutions, but every decision carries hidden consequences we often don't see at first. We need to stop pretending that easy answers exist for hard problems. We've all been there, thinking a simple answer will solve a complex problem. Take Germany, for example, shutting down its nuclear power plants. The idea seemed great on paper, eco-friendly, clean energy, right? But the reality was far messier. With nuclear off the table, Germany had to burn more coal, which increased pollution. This doesn't mean action is wrong. It means we need to think beyond the immediate reaction, since there could be hundreds of possible consequences. Germany's decision wasn't necessarily stupid either, but they kind of forgot to check if they had a backup plan first or things that could go wrong. And this happens all the time, because we tend to overestimate our understanding of things. It actually has a name, the Dunning-Kruger effect. It's when someone who knows very little about a topic often feels way more confident than someone who actually understands it. Basically, when we don't know what we don't know, we assume things are simpler than what they really are. This graph explains it perfectly. At the beginning, when someone knows very little about a topic, their confidence shoots up. They think they have it all figured out. This is the peak, where overconfidence and ignorance collide. Then, after some time of learning more about the topic, they realize just how little they know, and so their confidence plummets. This is the cultured phase, where people become painfully aware of their knowledge gaps. And then, after years of gaining real expertise, their confidence grows again, but this time it's grounded on actual knowledge rather than blind assumptions. This explains why so many people come up with obvious solutions to problems experts have been years struggling with. Take Yellowstone National Park, for example, when the experts decided to reintroduce wolves and they started killing deer. People thought that the wolves would just reduce the deer population and that it was sad and unfair, which, yeah, it did start off like that. But what happened next was something no one really predicted but the actual experts. With fewer deers around, plants that had been overgrazed for decades started growing again. Willow and aspen trees shot up, which brought back beavers, who built dams, which changed rivers, which created new habitats, which attracted even more animals. Bald eagles, otters, and fish population grew. The wolves didn't just kill deer, they reshaped the entire ecosystem. This is why simple cause and effect thinking doesn't work. The wolves weren't just a predator, they were a catalyst for an ecological reaction. Just like Germany's decision about shutting down nuclear power plants wasn't just about power, it was about politics, infrastructure, and long-term sustainability. Just like any major decision we make in our lives has ripple effects that go way beyond what we see on the surface. And so, before jumping to a conclusion, take a step back. Ask yourself, what am I missing? Who else is affected? What could go wrong? If it feels too simple, it's probably because it is. Complex problems require complex solutions, and that means digging deeper instead of settling for what's easy. Thank you.